Hi, so I wanted to share some 22 plus updates for the week of April 29th. There's probably two kind of big things that we've got going on. One is our ever growing enrollment. It's obviously a byproduct of, the feeling students are getting that are currently in the program. Um, I think all of our sites see each week students coming in that are either family members or connected to current students in some way, that say that they've come in because they've heard such great things. Our enrollment is doing extremely well. I think we're still averaging about 26 new enrollees every single week. But because of the steady enrollment volume and the amount of people that are just currently enrolled in the program and the efforts they're putting forth, since just April 1st, we have completed 562 credit recovery tests or OGT attempts. 562 since April 1st. It's April 29th. That is strong. Just to give an idea, we want to, before the end of the school year, reach 936. We would just have to average 20 credit tests per day or OGT attempts and credit tests per day to reach it. Usually we have to average 24. That was what we had done to set the target. So we are well on our way. Again, it's not just about the test production. It's just looking at how engaged the students that are currently working in the program are and their excitement and telling others to come. We've seen a big pickup in enrollment over the last 3 weeks or so. So good job. Keep it up. The production that we're getting out of our students is very big. Again, we have till May 8th to get folks the OGT attempts in. If they're looking to graduate, and the 10th will be our credit cutoff. I don't think it's out of the realm of reason to expect anywhere between 85 to 100 students to graduate. If all the stars align, we could have over 100 people yet again to finish the year in well over the target that we set last year. We had 303 graduates. I don't see really any scenario where we don't exceed that. Anytime I think you set a high bar one year and you're able to exceed it, even by a small amount, that's impressive. I think that that's a lot of dedication by this team. I think that that's also a lot of buy-in, which is certainly has to be earned from the students that we're serving. So impressive. So again, 562 credit test OGT attempts completed since April the 1st. Our goal is 936 by May 23rd. I can't see again us missing that target. I think it will be exceeded. I think we'll probably be nearly at 1,000 by that point. That's great. I'm really looking forward to bring the team together during kind of that last day PD / celebration. And it's not just about everybody having a breakfast. I feel like when the team gets together and it's kind of a nice potluck or foods purchased, we get to kind of spend time with one another in a more meaningful way. Usually when you kind of gather for a meal, that happens. So after all the hard work, a lot of different things that have transpired this year, I think we can all reflect on how much good this has done for the students. And, I think you can also see some of these really cool stories that have emerged with all the success we've had. So that's one piece. The other thing is the traction that we're building slowly but surely with getting state senators and state house reps aware of 22 plus. Again, I think, it's easy to believe that people that are in these representative roles know everything that's going on in education and everything that's going on in the communities that they're serving. But, there's just a lot of projects always happening. So to take the time to educate them on something that we know is meaningful, not only to our lives as people that work in the program, but to students' lives throughout our community and throughout the state is important. So there's one particular committee that has both House reps and senators on, called the Joint Educational Oversight Committee. They play a key role in kind of communicating what's going on in education to the state school board, as well as reporting to their fellow House and Senate members what's going on and what the key issues are and what the key funding needs are, as well as sharing with the governor what's going on. So this group is essentially very influential in various education programs getting funded or receiving funding at a level that would be advantageous to growth or, just maintaining whatever program. So we have been successful in having direct communication with 4 JAOC members, and JAOC is this Joint Educational Oversight Committee. I want to share my screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so JAOC are these folks. We're looking to still set something up with this guy. His name's Bob Cupp. He is one of the key drivers of, the decision making. We have a lot of influence with someone that used to be on this committee called John Patterson. He's not on this specific committee anymore, but he and Bob Cupp are, closely connected. So I'm optimistic we can sway him because he's kind of a senior person. I'm going to have a conversation with Teresa Fetter on May the 3rd. So that's coming up. Excited about that. She knows a bit about the program, but it will be nice that she's giving, a 30-minute audience to hear more. Jamie Callender is actually an attorney that used to work for a school that we operated. We've not had a chance to connect with him yet. I'm optimistic we will. This whole row, Don Jones, Philip Robinson, and Lisa Sobecki, we've not been able to connect with any of them. This whole row, we've been able to connect with all of them. Andy Brenner, Peggy Lehner, and Lou Terhar have all responded. They've been positive. They've requested more information. I spoke with Peggy Lehner's team for roughly 20 minutes, I think, this last week. Very receptive to what we're doing. They wanted to know the specific funding needs. I shared that. They said that, they're formulating the budget as we speak. So that was a big impact on what they were doing in terms of kind of forming what they need to do from a budget standpoint. Vernon Sykes, we've not had a chance to connect with yet. So these 3 folks and Miss Fetter, and then John Patterson, who's not on this list, I hope can get me in contact with Bob Cupp, who, is someone that has a lot of influence over this group. I'm optimistic because of past dealings with Jamie Callender that we probably can get something going. So I think that we're making, some nice headway with working on the political front to be able to educate kind of key committee members and let them know the power of 22 plus, let them know what we need for this upcoming year. I think this is really important. Based on the funding, which we really won't know until July, because that's when the budgets come out, this program could look different. If there's a large amount of funding, growth's in store. If it's the same amount of funding, we're just going to have to configure the budgets for this program to maximize what students can value. It's always going to be something where we have to have steady faith in what we're doing just from kind of an operation standpoint, but just know we're all kind of in an unknown boat where we try to do our best every single day. We try to then share what we're doing with these, various political committees. It's kind of in their hands. And when the budget comes out, it's going to come out for FY20, which is this upcoming school year, as well as FY21. So we'll kind of know for the next 2 years what we're dealing with. But up until that moment, we're all just hoping that they can make a good choice and that we can present to them with the correct information to make that good choice about our program. But whether it's myself or anybody else on this team, we have to just be committed to doing a great job every day and sharing that information. We don't know what July will hold, but I think we can be sure that if we continue to do a great job, it's probably going to be a positive result. But if you're looking for ironclad certainty on what the future holds, I don't think myself or anyone else really knows. But this has been an amazing program. I quoted our stats on production and, where we're at in terms of our goal before the end of the year. We're going to be well over 300 graduates. So this is incredible. I hope everybody knows that this is meaningful to me to be able to work alongside you and help our community the way that we are, and that I'll always keep you in the loop. But we have a journey going into this summer where we have to hope that the political forces in place kind of see what we're doing and allow this program to grow and flourish. So there's our Monday update, everybody. If you have any questions, please either message me, or when we come around to the sites today, you can certainly talk with me then. Thanks so much.